are starting with euro dollar as usual. So guys, so as you can see how much attention of the market on news like trade war between US and China. Remember when we had on Friday, they started the war again, but they were so manipulative and giving us news that the trade war calmed down, so they started to have new talkings, and that's how we can see the pair actually turned around completely, right? So, well, it was one of our expectations. Remember, I told you that if trade war will continue, we would have seen pair to continue way up, but if something else happens, which exactly happened, they started to have negotiations and talkings, and you see how the pair turned around, completely turned around. So pretty much. Also, there were some commentaries from ECB that they might still continue decreasing the interest rates. Obviously, this is what happened. The market moved. It made euro to drop a lot dramatically, actually. So we actually had a sell order here, and on Friday again we had a huge move, which I actually decided to stay away because I didn't expect. There was nothing obvious coming in on Friday, and I didn't expect such a big move. I was thinking that the pair might here would stay in this area a little bit before it will continue its way. But anyway, so what to expect now? Obviously, we are getting into a new month, September, and a lot of traders are coming back for trading, and we have a lot of uncertainty around euro and obviously pound Brexit. So that's also influencing the pair, and there will be some more news from ECB this month. So right now it's such a mixture again of all of these different events. It's very hard to say what to expect. So obviously right now it would be again, you know, I like to wait for some consolidations. That's why, for example, here I was hoping it will have a consolidation, but it didn't. It continued the way down. Obviously with all these things happening, I would just say now for pair to continue the way down. But as you can see how it's twisting, okay, twisting with different news and different events. So that's why technical analysis right now, it's just a bit of giving you ideas, but obviously you need to be very attentive at what is in the air, what is still US and China trade deal, and obviously ECB and Brexit. This is three important events we need to follow. So let's just see as a technical view of the pair what to expect. Obviously we actually set in this little channel, and of course technically I would have expected a bit of correction, right, of this big drop, but I don't know, with all this traders coming back, what they would try to do. Maybe they would try to jump into this and continue the way down, possibly, but you can see what we had previously. Actually, we are back in the same area where we actually had a very long consolidation in. So I would presume that possibly we can see the same here until actually the what ECB is going to say sometimes in September, and what is going to happen in October, 31st of October with Brexit. And we'll before that possibly we would know about the negotiation withdrawal deal between UK and EU, right? So if there will be, in my opinion, if there will be nothing yet clear, then possibly we will see it just sitting maybe in this area. It might, like I'm saying, maybe go down a little bit. Maybe it will have a bit of consolidation here and then turn around and be a bit of a correction and sit in this area before something major comes out. Obviously, if not, and ECB, let's say, will change interest rates more, then I would see it's possibly going down. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of the view, but like I'm saying, with all of this what's going on, it's quite hard to predict and read the charts, but this is the view of euro dollar at this moment. So like I'm saying, in here I would have expected a bit of correction, but possibly it will have also expecting possibly continue and starting consolidation maybe in this area first. Okay, so obviously, like I'm saying, with my strategy, we will be looking at small areas of consolidation and placing the orders depends on the situation, right? Either both directions or maybe just one direction. So that's what I do in my screenshots. I'm explaining what we're looking for, why we are doing this. And obviously you can subscribe at patreon.com/JanaFX. Just don't forget, do not subscribe on 31st of August. Subscribe from the first or second or third. The first week of the August would be best because Patreon charges you for the whole month. So that's why right now would be a good time at the beginning of the month to subscribe. Okay, and you can choose wherever you want to subscribe. If the EA I'm using, without EA, or just an EA without my screenshots, it's up to you. You can decide what you want. So you saw the results, guys, so that's what I'm saying. There is no pressure. All the results could be different, depends on the brokers, like I'm saying, and some brokers, some of the trades goes with more profits, with less profits. It all depends. You saw 3 different accounts, 2 different brokers at this point I'm showing you. Maybe we'll be more trading with the other brokers so you can see how it works different. And anyway, the results are still great. I mean, August was a very, very good month. I was very, very impressed. So hopefully September will be better. Okay, so we will see. And so this is pound dollar. Obviously, like I was saying to you, I wasn't very comfortable to buy pound just yet, and I was correct. You see, we didn't break, we didn't come out from the channel, right? So and it's turned around. We had a sale actually here, quite nice one, and then I just didn't feel to go for any trades. It was very messy, and right now it looks like it's trying to break out and looking its way down. Actually, I was a little bit impressed why didn't it continue the way down, because Boris Johnson suspended the Parliament. That means the Parliament will come back from its holidays now, you know, in September, right, at the beginning, and then only for like what, a week or something, and then it will be suspended. So it's pretty much should have dropped. Pound should have just dropped straight away, because that means that Boris Johnson can come out with no deal, exit the EU. That's what Parliament's trying to fight. They want a deal. And but I think it didn't drop because also there are still talkings between the EU and UK that maybe they will have renegotiate this withdrawal deal, which Theresa May had. So I think because there are still no news about it, that's why pound didn't drop completely yet. So I think it's going to be very, very hard and mixed month. We would expect once again these drops and ups. You can see how it was jumped down, jumped up, then down again, up again, and these swings. That's what I don't like. The market starts to have chaotic moves like this with the wings. And but obviously at this point, I was still expecting it's continue the way down. So, and technically, as you can see, we are in a nice downtrend channel, right? And we are in a nice area, so I was expecting hopefully a little bit more of the consolidation and then breaking, but it started to break now, so possibly it will continue the way down. It's quite on its bottom, right? So it's very, very low already. So I would say if EU would say no negotiation, they're still talking about the backstop with the island. If maybe some good news from there, the pair might jump back, but I think there will be jumps. Okay, there will be jumps, so need to be really careful with pound. And well, we will see, but that's the picture at this moment. So I would say at this point I would expect it to continue the way down. So maybe, like I'm saying, not very fast, slowly down here, see what news bring, continue the way down, maybe a little bit of recovery here, correction a bit moving in here. We were right in this channel before, so maybe it will sit in there until there is something else, and then maybe continue the way down again. So that's my view on pound dollar. Obviously a little bit of the trade war between US China also helping. If it will be better or worse, it's also a little bit moves the pair, but not as much as the other pairs. But anyway, so now looking at dollar yen, obviously you can see that it's expected. Remember, with the opening of the market, I was expecting to continue the way down, and it did. In the channel, it didn't break it. And with softer news, you see how much the pair reacted on the trade deal and jumped back up all the way. So, and it still didn't break this level. So what I'm expecting here, obviously, if US and China calm down again, you never know what can happen, but if they'll come down again, they will be on Sunday. They are going to put tariffs, right? US is going to put tariffs on some Chinese production. And if they're going to be I think small, or as they agreed, then I would see possibly the pair will jump and continue the way up. Okay, maybe it will have a bit of consolidation, waiting for Chinese response, right? So Chinese were saying like they're going to be soft responding, but who knows? Like last Friday, the previous Friday, the response was aggressive, right? So who knows? But if it goes to the plan like now, calm down, I would expect the pair will obviously continue the way up and be as in the channel, and then we're going to have the news for America economical non-farm payroll, and then all the attention is going to be more on the Fed again with the interest rate change. Okay, so because of that, that's what I'm expecting here, and then we will see if it might have a bit consolidation here, or maybe it will break and go to the next level. But that's the picture at this moment. So at this moment, I would see it going up. So now we're going to Australian dollar. Poor Australian is not willing to move much, and obviously the trade was affecting. It did break. Remember, I was expecting it to continue the way down, which it exactly did, and if war would be continuing, we would see it going down. But because it softened, went up, but it still didn't go any further, because, you know, I think the market is now like, oh, today we are the friends, tomorrow we are enemies again. And because of that, it didn't make big movements with Australian. I mean, okay, now more people coming back, maybe we will see a little bit more movements. Again, this is the nice area. This is a nice area looking for going either direction up or down. Obviously, once again, in the looking channel, it looks very nice and beautiful the way down, but with the softer trade, we'll see what is going to be reaction of China. I would see it's actually finally starting to go back up, and maybe even more recovery. So, but we'll see. I think if there will be no news yet, reaction of China, maybe we will still consolidate in here and wait for the reaction, what they're going to say, right? And then afterwards, maybe it will do something. I don't go for Australian dollar trades. You can see it's the second week, 1 and 2. I'm not using the pair at all at this moment, and so that's I'm saying this is not a bad area to see, but it might just move again very, very little, like it was doing here. See, it jumped a little, come back a little, not making very big movements. So, but that's the area to look at again. So now we're going to dollar Canadian. Oh, dollar Canadian also had no big movements, still kind of consolidating, I would say, preparing for a good move. And strangely enough, you saw in one of the accounts, I got it didn't even move enough to get my 10 pips out in a trade. So I was hoping that the Canadian news expected good, and they were good, but the report afterwards wasn't so good. So you see the pair turned around. And now obviously with the possible softer trade talks with China and Canadian, obviously not very good report, I would see the pair to continue the way up. Okay, so I would see it's going up. And obviously until it might move up, maybe it will move a bit slower and get to this area, because we will have then economical news. So if all the storm with the trade wars will go through, and then the pair might just continue way up and then start to consolidate before the news non-farm payroll. Okay, and then when attention would be more to economical events. Okay, so that's the dollar card. Pound yen, obviously the same situation. I actually had my levels previously, like here. You can see we had a bit of sell here, and then I just decided not to go for any trades because it's very chaotic. You see up, down again, and I moved a little bit the levels, which I still more towards the pound going down, and it didn't make a good moves because of the obviously yen is reacting a lot on also trade war between US and China. So that's why it's kind of like this, Macy. So right now I don't see any good areas, so possibly it will just go down maybe to this level once again and go back again, or you see it's not moving nicely level to level. It just kind of moves somewhere where it wants to move. So that's why for now I would just sit and wait where is it going to go next. Okay, so at this moment I don't like anything around it. Euro pound, we had a bit of the trade, and well, expectation on some this news for pound, not very good news. And the pair, to be honest, I also, well, it started to break out a little bit. You see, it's broke, but not very much. It's moved slightly, and obviously it might continue the way down now, just looking technically, right? Because it's in our downtrend channel, so it might continue the way down, and maybe it will have a bit of consolidation afterwards here, because we've been here before. It's quite important level, and we've seen the pair stopping there and consolidating and sitting for a while. Right here, you can see all of the stops. So it kind of pretty much can do so again to come back here, and who knows for the next something, right? Because I maybe will not get into this pairs. Depends on what is going to be in the air, because it's both. For euro is nothing good, and for pound is nothing good. So that's why it makes it a little bit harder to trade and to go for. So we'll see. But that's the picture. Like I'm saying, it's going to be mixed. Once again, mixed. With pound, obviously, it's going to be more reaction on the pound at this point until ECB comes out with that some news from ECB, Central Bank, so European Central Bank. So that's the view on Euro Pound, and now going on gold. And so with gold, obviously, like with the opening week, I remember I was expecting the gap. Remember I told you, because of this trade war, and look how it just dropped straight away after the news softened. Okay, the gold manipulated and reacts a lot on those comments, and lots of trades with gold. You can see I had losing trades, I had recovery trades, because it was very messy. So obviously with those news softened between US and China, you would expect the pair to continue the way down. And so as on the bigger picture is what I see, once again, it's looking like a shoulder and a possible head, right? So which tells about a possible downtrend and also double top. That's why I was looking to sell here, and I still got into the bad trades around here and around this area, but still right now in a sell. But you never know. Again, at this moment, depends on what's going to be on Sunday, what tariffs they're going to come out with, if they're going to be soft and nice, and then I can see the pair can come down here. Maybe we'll have consolidation and then continue the way down to the neck area, okay, of the previous shoulder, and then from here we are going to have news for non-farm, and maybe the pair will give a shoulder, right? So who knows? But that's the picture of the technical picture, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so if everything will go to the plan, that's what I see the first. Okay, we're going here, a little bit of consolidation, maybe a bit of correction, continue the way down, and then possibly having a bit of the turnaround. If it's going to be something is not right again with some unexpected news, China will react, all the tariffs are going to be higher than expected. And of course, we would see this is not going to be head and shoulders, double top. It might turn around as a third wave and again turn around and going back up. So it's the second option, only if it turns around. Not as expected. Obviously, it might not is going to be head and shoulders, and might just go to this area and just decided to sit and consolidate in here before it will move up or down with the possible news on economical news. Maybe, like I'm saying, if trade war will come down and the market will go back into the more news according with Fed change or interest rate. Okay, so that's my view. So hopefully the more trade is coming back and better moves, more moves we will see on the market. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, sign up if you would like to. Check the links in the description under this video. Happy trading, everyone, and I see you next week. Bye.